All right, let's take a moment out from the election coverage and turn to CNBC's top economics reporter, Steve Leisman. He's got some important news on King Dollar, one of my favorite subjects, which did not seem to enter into the election, but may in the future. Steve Leisman, what do you have?
Let me tell you, Larry, over the past several days, I have been talking to senior financial officials about the decline in the dollar's value, and they've insisted on anonymity because of the market sensitivity of the issue, as you might expect. They say they have not been particularly concerned about the decline in the greenback, seeing it mostly as a retracement from the strength from the panic when investors piled into the dollar, and that, they say, is a very recent sign of confidence in the currency. They point out that the United States has had surprisingly little trouble placing its debt, which has been routinely oversubscribed by healthy levels. Officials add that farm participation remains strong, and they hear little concern about the dollar from market participants. They also observe that the dollar's decline has been orderly. In any event, because trade is not as big a part of the U.S. economy as it is in other nations, they see the inflationary effects of the dollar's decline as modest. Were it to be seen as a greater threat to inflation, they say their concern would rise. They point out some fundamentals have actually moved in the dollar's favor. For example, the decline in the current account deficit, meaning the U.S. effectively has to borrow less abroad. They said fundamentals argued for greater concern about the dollar as much as 5 years ago when the current account was in much greater deficit. While they see it as a remote possibility, their big concern for the moment is the potential for a disorderly decline in the dollar, which they describe it as a momentum-led sell-off where the market would become untethered from fundamentals. In that event, officials say they have contingency plans of what they would say and do. They decline to specify what those plans would be. They insist those plans are not a matter of heightened concern, just prudent preparation, like a plan for the invasion of a country that is unlikely to invade. You never expect to need it, but it would be foolish not to have it in place. Larry?